Hi and welcome back to Beautiful Things and Memories vlog. This is Elena Kino from elenakino.com. This is for my fellow multi-passionates out there who want to find focus. So I want you to imagine being somebody juggling balls, multiple balls into the air. At some point, you can't keep up, right? Because juggling lots of balls into the air is just a little bit exhausting and confusing sometimes, and you lose focus a lot of the time because of just the sheer amount of balls that you're juggling up in the air. And you'll find that those balls will come falling down one by one. And you don't have to subscribe to that story. You don't have to subscribe to any story that you don't make for yourself. Just because you're multi-passionate doesn't mean you can never find focus, right? Because never is a strong word, and never find focus is an even stronger phrase. And I know that it might seem hard to imagine multi-passionates thriving just because they're up to so many things at the same time, even if you may already know that most of the world's greatest are multi-passionates as well, like Leonardo da Vinci. It's just so hard to imagine ourselves being in that level of greatness, right? But frankly, I think that greatness is a little subjective. It depends on how you define greatness for yourself. I don't think that you want to be Leonardo da Vinci or at his level. I think he would want to be himself and you would want to be you. And you are doing a great job at being great. Just because this modern world has glorified experts because they are experts in their own fields doesn't mean that these experts don't have other passions or interests as well. So here are a few things you can remember when it comes to focus and being a multi-passionate. One, passions take time. You don't really have to become an expert in one day. You practice your craft, you make mistakes, and being an expert takes a long time. It takes years and years of practice to do that. And when it comes to focus, that means that you don't really see the immediate results of what you're working on right then and there. Being good at a particular passion requires hours and hours of practice. But that said, right now you are the youngest you'll ever be, and I heard this from Lavender, and it's true. Even if you fall off the bandwagon, you can start again. You are the youngest you'll ever be right now. So this calls for you to go ahead and take that class, get that mentor, find that coach, because your passions will have to take time. And it doesn't mean that if you don't focus and narrow down on it right now, that you are never going to be successful in the current passion that you have. It takes time. And number two, time is your ally. So speaking of time, it is your ally. Knowing that passions take time is actually a good thing because then you get to immerse yourself and indulge yourself into the fields that you want to be in. It doesn't mean that it's always easy, that you can just choose whatever you want, because I know that real life calls for hardships as well, and that reality calls for us to actually also consider the practical things that we have to do in life. But at the same time, time is your ally, and therefore you have an abundance of time to practice on the things that you want to accomplish. You don't have to do it in really big chunks and forget about the practical things in life. You can still go after it while also being responsible for your own life as well. And the thing is, most of the time, the difficulties that you face are mostly external, and they only become internal if you let them become internal. It is always about how you respond and not how you react. And yeah, granted, the first thing that we usually feel is a reaction, right? Like if somebody tries to hurt us or if somebody tries to irritate us, then we feel anger, annoyance, and irritation. You get to feel all those emotions, and once you're able to feel them and accept them, then you can point out the reasons why you feel such and such emotion. And so by feeling and acknowledging these emotions, you get to heal yourself and adapt your response in accordance to how you felt, because emotions guide us, right? You don't have to show all the frustrations that you have right away. You can just feel them. You don't also have to verbalize all of them all the time, but you can be aware of them and you can do something about them, and then you can do the tiniest next right thing. Number three, focus happens in moments. I believe that all we really have is now, right? I always say that. I always urge for us to be more present and mindful of the now, because it's all we really have. This moment that's here right now, while you're watching this, it's all that you really have. I don't think that you have to focus on one particular thing over the years, especially if you're multi-passionate, because that's like the bane of our existence if we do that. Over the years is not happening right now. What is happening is this moment, and so you can just focus on this moment, and it's in that focus that you find that you can do things little by little, and in these increments of actions that you do, it's how you build on your dreams, and it's how you actually change and improve your life. So they say that the days are long but the years are short, and it's true, right? Because you might find that a few years from now that time has flown by so fast, but right now during the day, during our daily activities, it feels a lot slower and feels like you're not reaching your true potential yet. But what if you are? What if you already are reaching it right now? By being focused, by doing the aligned action that you want to do, by having purpose every single day, and by visualizing the dream that you have for your own life every single day. And what if you only need to receive all that grace and abundance into your life by being an energetic match for it, by being in the energy of receiving, being in the energy of love, love for the thing that you're doing right now, love for every tiny thing that you get to do in your own life, because we get to live this life and we get to love the things that we do. As I always say, and as I believe, you attract the things that you put out into the world, and if you put out into the world that kind of focus in the moments that you want to pursue your dreams and your creative projects, then the universe has no choice but to give what you are attracting. Being multi-passionate means accepting the multitudes of things that we love doing. And by doing so, we are able to understand that we don't have to juggle everything up into the air at the same time. The mentality that I have about this is that you can just set aside some of the balls or some of the passions and interests that you have and focus on things until such time that you feel like you are being called to get those other balls again from the ground and take some of the balls that you've already juggled up in the air. I know this balls metaphor is really getting weird, but you can just take the other balls down to replace the things that you want to prioritize next in your life. And in that scenario, the thing is, you also have to remember your big vision for all of this. So yes, we are limited in that we only have a finite amount of time and energy to focus on the passions that we have, especially if we have so many of them. But I think that your limitations only enhance your creativity, and ultimately it enhances your multi-passionate life as well. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. You know what to do. If you like this video, click the like button below and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. See you again on Friday. Bye.